Well, it's evening. Everyone is out on their roofs watching the sunset because the sunsets are pretty spectacular here. There aren't many clouds, and so we're not getting that kind of cloud mixture with the sunset, which is too bad, but it's fun to see everyone getting on their roofs and watching the sunset. Sunset. Look at the streaks of light as they pass over the mountains. Really pretty. I've been out tonight walking around looking at rigs. I've talked to a couple people. I've been talking to people during the day, and I've gotten some decent tours in. I'm finding it a little bit harder this year to get in and talk to people. I don't know why that is. I'm going to try and leave tomorrow, but I'm going to try and get a few more tours in before then. So yeah, wish me luck, but some super creative people out here. I just talked to a guy who had a 2,500 watt solar setup on his bus. Wow, look at this thing. Adventure.athlete. That thing is incredible. Looks like a moon landing vehicle. Crazy. This thing is nuts. Oh, they've got hardwood on the interior. Howdy.
How you doing?
Great rig, man.
Thank you so much.
I think this is probably the most impressive thing I've seen so far.
Thank you. Would you like to see inside?
I would love to. I mean, it's so clean on the interior, and then I'm seeing this colorful wood here.
Let me go around and I'll open the door for you.
Sure.
Come on in, and I'm gonna shut the door behind you.
Oh, sure. I can understand. You don't want your dog running out.
Yeah, that's
Hi there.
That's crazy.
So you are clearly outdoorsy.
Yes. So I tried to travel with a paramotor, a couple bicycles. I swapped things. I still have a house, but I swapped things out. We've left for a year long on the road.
Wow. Yeah.
So everything that built the truck is in the truck. Everything in the truck runs off of solar and lithium ion, no battery. No. With this platform, you got to really self recover and self repair.
Right.
Especially if you're out remote, there's no way, the help's not coming. So
right.
You better figure it out.
Yeah. I love, it's got a lot of richness to the interior.
Thank you.
That is in such contrast to the exterior. It's
right.
Really neat.
So it's 13 of shop, 15 of living space. It's been a I'm at 2.5 years right now. But 2 full years of a build before it was operational.
Wow. What I'm loving about the wood is this color gradation that you have over it, as opposed to just having stained it with a single color.
So that is a stain called unicorn spit. It's a water-based stain that's super easy to work with. You basically put a line, spray the piece of wood with water, spray bottle, and then spray it again after you just do a line of the stain, and then you just take a paintbrush and it goes into the wood so easy that, like, maybe that section that you see there that's like, let's say 3 feet by 4 feet.
Yeah.
That probably took 10 minutes to stain all of that versus
really?
A normal oil-based stain or something would have been
sure.
much longer.
Does it have then a polyurethane on top of it?
Yes, it does. It has I like the Rust-Oleum 2X clear, and so 3 coats of that, and that seems to work really well.
Yeah.
And then the streaks on top is a luminescent Elmer's glue that's got little sparkles and stuff in it. If the sun ever hit it, it'll glow at night.
So it probably has a very rich feel at night when it's dark outside and you've turned the lighting on.
Yes, yes. And then with the little mini wood burning stove, that's also really a nice addition.
Yeah,
For the ambiance, in that cabin. I like that. My build style is like what I call a rustic and industrial.
What kind of vehicle was this to start with?
So this is a 1999 Stewart and Stevenson 1089, and it was a wrecker. So it had like this big crane on it, and
Really?
5 winches, and this thing to pick up tanks and stuff on the back.
Yeah.
And so I found this truck in Oregon, and I talked to a broker, Martin at FMTV Sales.
Uh-huh.
They wanted 35 grand for the truck with all the stuff on it. I said, hey, can we get rid of all that? I'll do 35, but get rid of all that stuff. I just want bare frame rails to start with.
So you didn't have to worry about that effort.
Because it was I would have never been able to figure out how to get it off. I mean, that's very massive stuff.
Absolutely.
So the truck weighed 36,000 pounds when it was a wrecker.
Uh-huh.
Weighs about 30 now, so it's lost 6,000 pounds of weight, even in this current configuration.
Candy shop in the back of my bus.
You have a candy shop in the back of your bus? Serious? Oh, that's super cool. That's like something you don't see anymore, these phone booths, right?
So I cut the phone booth down, installed a tiny wood stove, and then ported it through the top. And so this was my favorite thing. So I chill up here, do my regular cooking, but I spend all my time back there because that's just fun space.
Right.
Yeah, so this is functional living, go in the back, chill.
That is so creative.
Yes,
so did you just like get cabinets and things from places that you found and
I did.
integrated them? And,
I did. I got the bus, which took all the seats out by myself. 100% by myself. Took all the seats out. I did not take the seats out. The kids took it out. That part. But when I got in here and I saw this flat metal piece, I got inspired.
Yeah.
Please tell me what to do because this is my home.
Right.
And I've been on the road since 2019, but this bus I just sat still. Started in April and finished in August. And hit the road right after that because I started sitting still.
Yeah.
So it's just functional, but I'm like, I'm still working on it.
Yeah.
And I'm getting ready to go to Mississippi when I leave here, taking everything out. And my builder friend, we're getting ready to go right back at it again.
Oh, really?
Right.
So
I didn't know what I was doing.
Yeah, well, a lot of it, I have an RV and I still don't know what I'm doing half the time. You kind of do things as you go, as you figure out what you want, what you need, and
he's a builder. He was like, yo, I got all the supplies. Like, I love what you did, but because you said you want to do it right, bring it on down. I'm going to show you just what to do. He's like, with my ideas of everything I've already done, all pallet wood, like I bought it for $1,000, put about $4 grand into it total, and I'm footloose and fancy free.
Yeah, because that's the great thing is that when you do a temporary build, you kind of figure out what works and what doesn't work, as opposed to buying a brand new van for how much money and building it with how much money and then figuring out there are things you don't like.
Yeah, so I've just been taking my time. Like, I know I build on the go. Or I didn't know anything about it, but I went on YouTube and built it up, insulated it.
This is, what kind of flooring? That's actually siding.
Yes.
It's siding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come here, White. Come here.
Oh, hi there. You're excited.
Oh, you got loose. Come here. Come here, Wiser. In the back. Come. Go. No. Get back.
Woodworking. Cool. What kind of wood is that?
Which one?
This right here. Is that resin?
That's resin
folded
with,
into it? Or-
box, it's called a firebox elder. And so like this wood, the red in the wood is all natural, so I tried to match it.
I was going to say it's beautiful. Very cool. Does the RV have a lot of interior woodworking?
Yeah, you can see it if you like.
Sure.
Yeah, he wants to see the bus.
Oh, fantastic.
She's the shower.
How are you?
Bus.
Good. Yeah, I mean, I love woodworking.
I'm gonna join in if you don't mind. I would really. You think it'll fuck it up if we try to keep it open? Oh, yeah, look at the
it's
resin.
so
right here.
beautiful. Yeah.
Wow. What a nice space.
I'm trying to keep it orderly.
I know. Right there.
This is our battery box inverter. We had these sitting around. He's a cabinet maker, so I always take the one-offs that the place doesn't use.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and so then that's just the panels put together. I know. I'm gonna show you some of the money in a minute. You're gonna 80-pound drawer pulls, baby, all day long. I put my can. Isn't that gorgeous? Look at he made cranberry juice. And it's so easy. They just don't sell cranberries all year long.
Right.
I'm like, where do the cranberries go?
Right? Isn't that crazy? Your little rock trim. Oh, magnets.
Yeah, take one.
Nice. Aww.
Yeah. And then, so at the bathroom, it's a storage room right
Sure,
now.
that's how I use in my RV.
I have a million hot dog buns. So at the bathroom, it's a storage room right
Sure,
now.
that's how I use in my RV.
I have a million hot dog buns. And then down at the end, that's a wall that goes to the garage.
Oh, there's a garage.
There's 2 more windows in the bus, like 6 more.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I like passing them on to the ladies. And so then we have these open. These are nice.
Everything's so nice.
Oh, so yeah, you
And then
utilize that.
I have a freezer down here, and then this opens as well. And then this right here, this is an unknown thing. These brackets, all my cupboards have them.
So it doesn't pop open when
Yeah,
you're
so
traveling.
these have them too. And they snap in. Yeah.
Wow.
And then for these guys, each of them, I put a door pin.
Oh.
Easiest thing that ever happened.
Nice.
For all of them for when I drive, because this one's where I store a lot of the stuff when I drive too. That's my favorite drawer. This used to be wood. We just redid it, and it's better to be coriander. Someone was throwing this away.
Oh.
Yeah, oh yeah. There's a lot of
reclaims.
reused stuff.
Yeah.
This is an old. Both of these are old cabinets that he sawed down and made fit.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Does it open up?
It's my pantry, and there's a little clip right here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are the kind I have on the outside of my RV.
Yeah.
Yeah, they work very well.
I was stuck at
Wow, look at the chair. That's fantastic. Oh my gosh, this is incredible. This is probably like one of the most posh vans that I've ever seen.
It's very fancy, man. Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
How long did it take you to build something like this out?
I started this in 2020 during COVID. It was my project, but it's my 3rd van.
Oh, okay.
And like June of 2020, and then I just kind of added on. I did the interior, then I threw this in there. This is actually a TV console. So I built this out. Yeah, I was actually I cut it out and cut this out, and then I used reteak and put a backsplash and dropped my stove in there. It was like perfect, so it fit perfectly, like lengthwise, and also the stove. So
yeah,
so it was a epic setup. Just threw that in there, so I didn't have to do it. I like the barn.
Yeah, I love
style,
barn doors.
You know what I mean, with my dishes and all that. I had to put these hooks on the end so they don't keep rolling up.
When you
open.
drive everything.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I was gonna do kind of a tiki shack, and but the you know, a lot of stuff. I guess bamboo comes from China. I don't know. Remember, there was like a lot of stuff from China that wasn't coming in.
Yeah.
So I couldn't find it anywhere. So I said, well, screw it. And then I came up with this, and I got the ivy. They're like squares from IKEA.
Oh, okay.
And they go together. And this is actually the original interior. Yeah, but I used to do interior decorating in LA. So I worked in the fashion industry, and I worked. I used to you know, sell furniture, all that in Hollywood and Beverly Hills, that whole area, dude.
Yeah.
But for a long time, I worked for Louis Vuitton, Barnes, New York,
So you have
Neiman
a
Marcus. So I worked in the
really-
fashion industry,
Yeah.
and I sold furniture. So I did a lot of interior decorating. So I put all these colors, and I like the yellows and
Yeah.
the grays. I didn't want anything too dark, but I like my stuff in order. And you know, I'm showing off in a way a piece of art that I made.
Sure.
You know, it's very unique compared to other people, and I like that.
So now, because I was noticing up here, so does it not? Did it have like a Class C?
This was already in there, yeah. This
Yeah.
was a wheelchair van, so
Oh,
it
okay.
already had that, which is convenient. So
Yeah.
I'm able to store a bunch of knick-knack shit, whatever. Actually, I got my laundry and my buddy here, so I'm able to store extra shit up there. And then under here is all that's my porta potty,
Sure.
and then I got my toilet paper and all that shit in there.
Just
and
the
then file
necessities
cabinet.
and
yeah, all my clothing and all that. Eventually, I like to have drawers and whatever. It's still a work in progress.
Yeah. Everything we have is always a work in progress.
Yeah,
My
yeah.
RV is a work in progress. So
Yeah.
I hear you.
I'm still building stuff. Like I want to put, you know, window seals in there just like that, you know,
Yeah.
to make it look like a inside of a house.
And
Eventually.
I love the chair. That was actually the first thing that caught my
And
eye.
everyone says that. And this chair, actually, I got for free. I worked at a consignment store. I got a lot of little knick-knack stuff for free there.
Yeah.
And it had a broken leg. It's like an expensive chair. It's not cheap, but
Yeah.
it worked out perfect. So I threw it in there. It was great, dude. A lot of people take that front seat out, but this works out great.
Gives you space to sit, and it looks nice.
Yeah, for me, it's cool, and it doesn't take too much room because it's a longer cab, so it works out.
Oh, okay. It's an extended.
Yeah, it's an XL, yeah. So
Awesome.
it's cozy.
Cool. Well, hey, thanks. I appreciate it.
Always, brother. What's your name?
I'm Chris.
I'm Zach.
Nice to meet you,
Cheers.
man.
Yeah. Actually, I'm Don't Look Back Zach on Instagram.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Yeah, so you
Nice.
can see everything in my other
Your adventures. And
my adventures.
an international 4x4. So, what was it originally built as?
It's a oil field seismic truck.
Wow. So you just built it out?
When they did the company, when they took the decals off, they used a frickin' razor knife and scraped all the paint off.
Oh no! So it.
So it looked like crap. So I just sanded it, primed it, and then I got a decal made. So this is Spirit Island in Jasper National Park in Alberta.
Oh, I was gonna say it looks like Canada.
Yeah. Well, we're Canadian, so. And this is an Adventure on Rat Race escape vehicle.
Nice.
It's kind of messy,
That's okay.
but so
Well, it's already cleaner than it was.
we live in 8x14 and it works.
Is that bed? Is that a
So-
bed that comes down?
Yeah, so that's
Okay.
a bed that we put together. We built the frame and everything, and everybody says, "Oh, you need to vent." And all these guys, they buy these fancy things to lift their mattress up on to keep it from molding and
Sure.
all that other crap.
Yeah.
Well, IKEA, all their bed frames are, wood slats. So we just got some IKEA bed slats.
Oh yeah.
And we
Uh-huh.
made our own frame to mount it on, so it's always ventilated. And it's a
Right.
full queen
That's where
bed.
we store our
And then
covers for our windows in the winter.
Oh
Yeah.
wow.
Because where do you put them? So we just
So we have
Velcroed
a-
them to the
Right.
they're out of the way.
our
The bed sits on the counter.
bed sits on the counter. We need a backrest, so we built
Oh.
these.
So when the bed is down, we can lay back and
Yeah.
watch TV because we can see it either from when, like right now, because it pulls out. Whether it's on the bed, the bed is down, so the TV works in both.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
things. So we can either sit up there and read or watch telly.
Yeah, because otherwise, that kind of you've got that space. You can't put a pillow against anything.
Yeah.
and- yeah.
So so we built those.
So then we
That's
have
awesome.
a light here. We have all LED lighting in here, but we have a light here that we use, and this is where we sit and eat. So we have a little pull-out game table.
Yeah.
There. And then we put the kids don't want it, so. But we just did it in milk crates, but I put little wheels on the bottom of them, so you can roll it around easy, right?
Yeah.
Just on these two. And then we use milk crates for everything.
yeah. So like here, right?
And,
Stuff.
it's like we wanted to keep it utilitarian because we had our
sure.
We've
breakfast
got all
stuff
these
down there.
freaking drawers and all this other
It's
crap.
very utilitarian.
Yeah,
And,
and it works.
yeah,
And,
it
you know,
totally
why-
works,
yeah,
right.
why do this extra cabinet doors and all this other junk?
Yeah.
And then we keep all our clothes and other stuff. We have 2 deep of these things, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're too deep, so it's.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you have.
We have 10 spots for stuff, and then because all of our tanks are inside, our toilet is a macerator toilet. 'Cause
What
it
is
pumps
that?
it. It's like a garburator in your sink.
Oh.
Yeah,
It's like a
just
boat.
macerates,
They
chews
use them on
everything up,
boats. It's a boat toilet.
Oh,
So,
okay.
Yeah,
chews everything up, and blows it into a tank through a 1-inch hose.
because it's not underneath, so he
'Cause-
has to shoot it into the tank back there.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so I mean, you just fill it with water, right? You just fill it, and then you hit a button, and it pumps it into the
Wow.
tank.
That's ingenious.
Yeah, it just goes through a 1-inch hose, and boom, done.
I love the ceiling, the wood.
shiplap. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It adds. It's nice. It adds sort of an organic touch to it.
We did shiplap, and and then we have our refrigerator, and then underneath the refrigerator we have a pump box, and that's also from the boat industry because you have to pump.
It's like
So
a
our
bilge.
shower water drains into that, and then pumps it into the friggin' shower tank, and then it just comes back through the filters. And we have 2 water systems. We have one for the fresh water and one for the shower, and then everything is heated through the same hot water heater.
And that's your on demand.
That's the on demand.
Uh-huh. Yeah, those are nice.
And this,
Oh, take my putter off.
yeah.
When it's a little hard, I put it up there when it
what-
gets
Yeah.
warm, and it softens it up for me.
And what
And you've still got decent counter space too. I
Well,
mean,
this one
this comes
comes
off.
off for when the bed comes down,
okay.
right? So at night this is not there, but yeah, it's. And then we have this one behind you as well. We have extra spot here.
And so
It's a
we
little
have our-
dusty because I haven't used it lately, but there's
Oh,
another
I
one.
see.
So if we need that,
Sure.
and then the convection microwave oven. So we got all that too.
So we have our
And these are just for when we're traveling, right? We
Yeah,
just lighten
too.
up.
Yeah, because things move when you travel.
Oh,
I
they
know all
sure
about
do.
that.
They sure do.
Yeah.
so this is our
It's always fun when you're driving. You suddenly hear something crash in the back, and
Thing is, we don't hear anything back here. 'Cause
Oh.
it's not open to the cab. Right?
oh, okay,
So-
right.
thing. And this is what heats this whole unit.
Wow.
And this thing, this heater,
Mm-hmm.
9,500 BTUs.
Oh, is it really? Yeah.
And it's like, and it's dry heat,
Yeah.
so you don't get the moisture in the air from a regular propane
Right.
heater. Like, and
So
then,
is this your solar?
yeah. So yeah, this is the solar here. This is so right now, we're reading 26.3 volts. 26.5 is charging right now.
I love how space age this thing looks. That is super cool. Wow. I've been kind of mesmerized by your rig since I saw it.
Yeah, it's a 1993 rev gun. You can come in. They made like 67 of these. Is
Really?
the story that I got, and it's built on a F350 with a gas 460 engine.
Wow.
And I found it. I searched for a year to find a RevCon, like hoping to find a RevCon, but looking for something similar.
Yeah.
And happened to find it from a guy who'd owned it for 20 years, and it was garage kept.
Yeah.
And I got it with 22,000 miles.
Wow. Because it looks like came off the show a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's still got the original, 90s.
Yeah.
Upholstery.
Mm-hmm.
And then I've replaced like the countertop there, and took out the propane stove that was in there. And
Is that an induction right there?
Yep. So everything's pretty much on electrical now, except the water heater. But I've got 2,200 watts of solar on the roof.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
And then I'll just say almost 700 amp hours of lithium.
Uh-huh.
And so yeah, induction cooktop, and then ice maker, air fryer, coffee, tea, kettle, and then I've traded out all the outlets for smart plugs and smart outlets. If you turn around, this is one of the cooler things. So Alexa, turn on the water heater.
Oh. That's cool.
And then that, so in the morning when I'm still in bed, I can tell her to turn on my coffee pot, turn on the water heater, turn on the water pump, all with one command.
Yeah.
And she'll even, I've swapped out the back window for an electric blind. I'd like to do the rest, but they're pretty expensive, so I'm slowly doing that.
So this company no longer exists? They kind of did a thing and then kind of...
Yep. Yeah. They made 67 of them, and the last one was like in the 90s.
Wow.
And then, put in a mini split AC, which is a heater also, so it's uses less power than anything else.
It kind of reminds me in a way of the GMC line of RVs from the 70s that were way ahead of their time, but they just...
Those were RevCons also.
Were they?
Yep.
Wow.
And it's 4-wheel drive, even though there's 6 wheels. The rear axle is just a tag.
It's a dually?
Well, it's a tag.
Oh, it's a tag.
Yeah,
Right. Yeah.
There's no power going to that rear.
That's
okay.
just for stabilization of the weight.
Sure.
Yeah.
And it helps with off-roading. And supposedly this particular one was built for some Saudi sheik, and he showed up and didn't like the color, and so never picked it up. And I got that because it's the only one that has this mother of pearl cabinets. These are very custom. And it was the only one that I know of that had 2 AC units. So it also has a extremely large generator, much larger than the average ones they were putting in there. In fact, the generator is water cooled.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Is this yours?
No, we have something similar down there that's green.
Oh.
And so we were comparing notes. But Billy will probably appreciate.
Wow.
She did,
so clean.
Yeah,
I mean,
she did
the
it all
woodwork.
herself, except for like maybe the roof, she said. And
Uh-huh.
I think the roof is wider. It's 8 feet, and this is like 7 feet.
Wow.
Yeah. It's not every day you see a gas stove either.
Yeah.
Especially with all wood.
It's beautiful. I mean, it feels rather spacious.
Yeah.
When you're looking at it from the outside, you don't...
She said 12 by 7.
Uh-huh.
So, and then the design of the wood is beautiful around the bed.
It's totally beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah, we have a green one down there, you'll see it, but we have a Dutch door also, but we don't have the stove inside, so this is all encompassing.
And I love that there's a deck.
She built the deck. Yeah, we're like, we need to add that to ours.
Wow.
It's beautiful. She's around back and she's selling these artistic things that she does.
Okay, thank you.
Her name's Stephanie.
Okay.